Welcome to Spirit Soul Sense, information for your soul. I am here to give you a little bit of education. I'm doing like a critical thinking series because what's going on in the world is just shocking me that people are not thinking. And so I think I'm going to help people think a little bit more. Question everything. I like to say question everything and then do your research. So I created a definition for the rage machine that I'm gonna read now. I think it's quite a good definition, honestly. Okay, so I say the rage machine is the social media algorithm. Really can be any media, but it's like information that we get from other people. The social media algorithm that shocks you into feeling a negative emotion and reinforces your beliefs through validation by only being exposed to other people who share your beliefs or feelings. And so you're exposed to a piece of information and it's meant to pull big sadness out of you, lots of rage and anger to get you to do something or to get money from you. There's a lot of these rage machine, people who are working the system who are just taking your money, getting you to donate the things that they want. But does it really help you in your life? I don't know. So who are these people using the rage machines? Largely, they are influencers, social media posters, they're the news. They know, I think they've always done it really. Use like really negative information, sad stories, sob stories to get your feelings because they know like once they latch your feelings, you're gonna stay, you're gonna pay attention. And that's how when the internet first started, clickbait, all that stuff. I did a video on like clickbait stuff and then I did like a clickbait video after. I was just curious. But they did all that stuff and they saw that, when you make people mad, it like works. They just wanna get madder. Why you mad? Why are you playing into their game of letting you be mad? So I want to give a few examples and then I want to talk about what you can do to not give in to the rage machine. Recent things that have happened, and I feel like they're sort of partisan things, but there's always something. There's always something. What to be mad about next? There's always something that people are going to be mad about. So recently I heard about Dr. Seuss being canceled. I low-key wanted to title this video, Dr. Seuss Canceled, but that would be giving into the rage machine, right? I'm trying to get you to click. And it's always this balance of how manipulative do I want to be to get y'all to click on these videos. But also I'm so authentic and I'm so honest and open that it doesn't really sit well with my soul when I do that. So I really limit how much I do that. But anyway, Dr. Seuss, and I saw the videos saying Dr. Seuss was canceled, whatever. But some of them weren't really clickbait. They were just misinformation. So there's also this misinformation campaign going on social media. And it's so hard figuring out what are you going to believe? Like, do you just sit around not believing anything? I don't think that's the way to go, but we'll get into that later. Dr. Seuss wasn't canceled. I don't know what you read, but I'm gonna let you know he wasn't canceled. That's what a lot of media, social media, small influencers were basically saying, that they want you to hate Dr. Seuss. Nobody wanted to hate Dr. Seuss, but Dr. Seuss, and I don't like the word racism because I feel like it doesn't really capture what racism is. Lots of people use the word, you're a racist, and I like to focus less on the individual person being racist and looking at how the history of structural institutional racism affects us today. So Dr. Seuss, likely because of the time he grew up in, held negative beliefs about non-white people. Likely did some books that reflected what he believed because, as above, so below. So that came out. And they wanted to discontinue those books. They go into detail. If you look it up, you will find the details of those books. The books haven't been popular. Nobody reads them. Yet there are people rushing to buy them. You're not going to read them. Like, you're just doing this because of your feelings to prove a point that you can't cancel Dr. Seuss. Well, he wasn't ever canceled. So the books are not popular. Dr. Seuss as a whole is very popular, but the 6 books that the company wanted to discontinue were not very popular. They didn't sell well, and they had like racist images of non-white people in them. Does that make sense to you? I think it makes sense to me. These books aren't making us money. Plus, they have negative images, stories about, non-white people. Maybe we shouldn't focus our energies on selling them anymore. That makes sense to me. I think I love Dr. Seuss books. Like, come on. So it made sense to me with all the information. But the Rage Machine has people only getting one piece of the information, and it makes it very hard for people to get the whole piece of the information. Another example is Mr. Potato Head. So I think people were saying Mr. Potato Head is canceled. I'm not really sure. Or that it was like trans propaganda. It was like weird to me, the spin that people took from, is it Hasbro? Saying, we're no longer going to name the brand Mr. Potato Head. We're just going to call it Potato Head. And we're going to keep Mr. Potato Head and Mrs. Potato Head. Did you hear me? They're going to keep the toys called Mr. Potato Head and Mr. Potato Head. Nobody's canceling gender. Nobody's canceling gender. I'm like, come on. So my last example isn't really a good example, but I know black women have, I'm a black woman, in case you didn't. Black women have flocked to controversy, especially when there's someone aggressively or arrogantly saying something, and I just feel like I'm talking about black women, but small pockets of groups always feel attacked, and when people feel attacked, they attack back. They defend themselves. They go based on feelings, and so that's a sort of rage machine, because that ends up generating revenue for people who created the rage. I don't know if that makes sense. Social media makes a lot of money through ads. Advertisers buy ads that are placed on videos, articles. There's lots of ways to make money on social media. And the only thing you really need is traffic. I don't care if your traffic is people who love you or people who hate you. If you get the traffic, you're going to make more money. And so it's why so many people like controversy on the internet, because if you get a certain group riled up, they're going to flock to you. And when they flock to you, you get more money. That's part of how the rage machine works. It's really all about, if you follow the money, it's all about the money. And politics is really wrapped up in the money. So how do you deal with the rage machine? How do you stop falling prey to what these people are doing to manipulate you or get money? Critical thinking. That's really the answer here. Critical thinking. You got to ask yourself, do I have all the information here? I don't. Let me see what this other site is saying. And so I think it's really important to look not just at the people you like, but the people you don't like, so that you can get a better grasp of what it is that's happening. Because often somebody's leaving out something because they have an agenda. I mean, and I don't think there's anything wrong with having an agenda. I have an agenda here. It's really to educate folks, but also to get money. That's part of it. You like money, I like money. So it's cool. And then what you really don't want to do is give in to knee-jerk reactions or emotions. So whenever you read something and you have like an emotional reaction to it, I would encourage you to pause and like ask, do they want me to feel something negative here so that I can do something that would be of benefit to them? Is it beneficial to me to have this negative emotion? Because I'll tell you now, always being a negative, frustrated, angry, bitter, whatever, is only hurting yourself, hurts your soul, makes you age really fast. Who wants that? I want to live to be 110, okay? Which is why I eat my vegetables and do my exercise. But at the same time, you need to stay in as much peace as possible. And I just really don't think engaging with a lot of these people who want to get your rage is helpful to you. Did you get that? I think you did. I hope you did. Let me know what you think in the comments. Remember to like, subscribe, please. Trying to get to like 1,000 followers in the next few months. And of course, thank you for watching.